Hello YouTube, Damer_23 here, and welcome back to another episode of Glory Hunter here on the channel. Today in episode 28, we have the Spanish Cup quarterfinal draw, and depending where this game fits in, it's probably this match, as it is one of the competitions that we're looking to knock off. Also in this episode, we're going to briefly discuss the Europa League, apologies, not Conference League, the Europa League, and where we sit, which is, of course, in the 8, because we've been absolutely fantastic. And then we've got a couple of signings to show you, and one player who's severely unhappy by the name of Fekir, and how we're trying to sell him to facilitate the player we've brought in. Without further ado, let's go. Spanish Cup quarterfinal. This is where we want to draw well. We want to avoid Barca, we want to avoid Real Madrid, and we want to avoid Atletico, preferably. If I had to pick out of the three, obviously you take Atletico. I don't want to play Barca or Real Madrid to the final. I will say, I know I've been mentioning the 4-3-3. The 4-1-2-1-2 is absolutely outrageous for us. I will never switch out of it while I'm in charge with Villarreal. And it might be a system I might look to use more down the line here in Glory Hunter. But let's go into the draw, 3x speed, and see who we're going to get here as well. Villarreal, first at the hat. And that is going to be... By the way, we still got to play Sevilla. I do forget that. And there we go. Right. We're going to give you, that's really important because we can make a semi-final here. We are going to give you the Sevilla tie, who currently sit in 12th. We're going to get you the Sevilla tie, and then depending on where the next cup game falls in, it'll be either the Europa League round of 16 first leg, or it'll be the second game against Villarreal. That's what we're going to give you in today's episode. In terms of the Europa League, we finished top. 8 games played, 8 wins, that's correct. All 8 games on screen. We beat Rangers 1-0, which you guys have seen. We then beat Lech 4-0 and Rosenborg at 7-1. We have been dominant. In terms of results in the league since we last met as well, which was Rangers. Levante, our cup run's been K-on, very easy draw. We then got another side that is in the Spanish Federation divisions in Calahorra. Got them easy. Drew to Barcelona at home, by the way, in the 4-1-2-1-2. 4-4-2 diamond is what it's saying here. It's, yeah, the diamond. Numata, we drew, who in the second division, pumped them away from home whilst rotating 3-0. And then Vallecano, we played this morning. We lost 3-2, so we've actually drawn and lost the Vallecano both times, and they're not particularly great in the division, but something tells me they're having a pretty good time of it as well. They're 10th for a side that's meant to be in the relegation sort of zone. Leaves us currently 6th spot on 38 points, and it's results against teams that separate you in Spain, not goal difference, so hence why we're 6th. Look, pretty happy. Things are going really well. I'm over the moon. Transfer-wise, we've actually got some money in the bank. You might be thinking, Damien, why? How do you have money in the bank? Very simply put, we sold Luis Enrique for 9 mil to Granollers. Barely used him. Does leave me one striker short, but I do have some players that can play up front as well. If I do sell the player that I'm selling, I am going to look to bring in another striker to be a backup. But Luis Enrique, complaining a lot. Sold him for 9 mil. Helps with the wages. But it's not the only player that we brought in or we're looking to sell either. So you guys knew about Donny van der Beek. He's come in. He's looked fantastic when he has played, averaging a 6.85. He's getting into his groove. But Brahimi Diaz, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, released by Real Madrid, couldn't find a club. We then got him in December, and he wanted realistic wage, so we picked him up, and he is yet to play in the league because guess what? We can't register him. It's quite annoying. I'll tell you guys why we can't register him in a second. But he's been fantastic, and if you have a look in the cup competitions continentally, he's played 2 games in the Europa League for 3 goals at an 8.35. I've signed him because he can obviously play in here or in there, but I think in the shadow striker role and attack, he's fantastic. If I'm looking further to what we're going to do, Zakarian, I'm training to be as a complete forward. If you have a look at him, he's 6 foot. He's very good as a complete forward on support with the vision and the technique dropping in the first touch. He's got decent amount of pace and good mentals as well. I think he's actually a very good player in that role. It's between him or Diaz. I think both are okay. We're going to compare both here in the episode. Very similar footballers. Zakarian's probably a bit better going forward and a bit better in the air, where Ibrahimi Diaz is a bit better technically. If you had a look at them both, complete forward on support, the finishing ability, mixed in with the same composure. I think Arsenal's probably a little bit better in that role. Both have 7 headering, but I don't care. And Ibrahim Diaz, I think running from the middle of the park is just a little bit more explosive too. So that's perfectly fine. But yeah, does mean we're trying to sell one player. His name is Fekir. He's already rejected Brentford. No one wants to buy him unless we're offering out wage. So in all 3 of these transfer offers, 45k wage, he doesn't want to go there. Torino, he might talk to for 53k per week in Udinese. And the reason why is if you go to registration and look to register in Ibrahim Diaz, we're over our maximum salary allowed for the year. But if we sell Fekir, that gives me, a 75k to go sign a backup striker and register him in here. And for a backup striker, I'd spend less than 75k, so they're easily registerable. So that's what we're going to do. I'm not, however, going to register Ibrahim Diaz until Fekir leaves. Main reason for that is if it doesn't happen, or if for whatever reason he doesn't leave, I might try and sell maybe the like of Luis Felipe, who's got some interest, which would leave me very short at the back. That would allow me to sign Ibrahim Diaz, but we can play Edgar for the rest of the year and just pray and hope. But yeah, hopefully that's not what we have to do. But that's where we sit. We're into the quarterfinal of the Cup if we beat Sevilla, which will be the first game of this episode. We signed Ibrahim Diaz, who's definitely going to start that Sevilla game in a bit. And we're trying to sell Fekir, but no one wants him unless I pay half of his wage if he leaves. It's been some fun time here. But hopefully we find a place for Fekir. And what do you think of the transfer business to sign Ibrahim Diaz? I think it's a no-brainer, right? Because if we ever move 4-3-3, he's class on the left wing. Okay. 4th round, Sevilla. Let's go and do it. They currently sit 12th. We're currently in 5th. Had a pretty good time of it. Important to note, they just sat their manager as well. They got a caretaker in Lolo Rosano. Probably a good time to be playing him. We'll wait and we'll see. They do have a great team though. They got the likes of Oscar, who's fantastic. They got the likes of Papa Gomez, who's fantastic. And then if you have a look at the rest of their team, Tengai, Rekic, Makao, Corona, Reese, Delaney, Il-Nesri. Yeah. Yassin, if he wasn't injured, is a fantastic keeper as well. So they have a very good squad. In terms of us, we have one person on the out. His name is Zakaria. He is out, unfortunately, with some damaged knee ligaments out for the next 3 weeks. And then transfer deadline day, of course, did happen. We finally got rid of Fekir. 15 million to Udinese. Very happy with that. We are paying 53k of the wage, but that's not going towards the registered squad wage, so we can get in Diaz. And we needed a backup striker. Mose Kean transfer listed on deadline day for 5 mil. Thank you very much for the Italian international. Juve generally wreck his development. He's not great, but he is fantastic in terms of what he does do. And guess what? He's going to start today because Arsenal isn't up top. We did play our last game. We did get a 4-0 win as well against Espanyol. Mose Kean did start and got an assist. But without further ado, a very difficult tie away from home. However, if we win this, we get Villarreal, and then it should be a spot in a semi-final. I think if we win this game, we're favourites to make the semi. Unfortunately, with the injury, I might have to go to an advance forward to get Mose Kean in a pretty good role, but we're going to start and see how it looks. With that being said, let's go out there, give the boys some praise, and hopefully we beat Sevilla here if we can. I want to play attacking football, and that's what we're going to do. Yeah, actually lining up in a 4-2-3-1. I don't know how wide their pitch is. That could be an issue if it's a very wide pitch, which it actually does look wide here as well. It doesn't look as narrow as ourselves, but away from home, just want us to go out there, play well, that would be fine. Early corner though, 11 minutes in, for Corona to hit one with the Tecatito name that he has. Delaney heads over, or Nesri, one of the two. And there we are. Dominating first 15 minutes by Sevilla. We yet to have a shot. Hopefully we wake up a little bit here as we start to get on the ball a touch more. Corner though, free kick to Papa Gomez, who can whip him in for anyway, so dangerous. Hits the bar and Rui Silva will claim the rebound. Sevilla looking the more likely of the two. But hopefully we get going here. Ramos, someone needs to drop in. No one really dropping in, so a bit of issues. We go to Willian though short, which is fine. Midfielder's not showing, so we whip one out to Sabali. Into Diaz. Falls to Borja. We lead 1-0. I don't know if it hit the defender or hit Brahimi Diaz, But it falls to Borja Iglesias. This guy has 30 goals in as many appearances, mainly because he's got 8 goals in 8 goals in like 3 appearances in the Europa League, and you know he's been banging them in the cup. But yeah, so it's hit the defender, flicked off Brahmi Diaz, and falls to Borja Iglesias, and he gets credit of the assist there. Diaz, we'll take it. We lead 1-0. We've had more of the ball in a big tie against a club that don't have a manager. It's a good position to be in. To say that though, they've looked pretty good going forward according to the statistics at least. And it hasn't been all our own way. We do get into halftime here. I'm delighted with that against a rival. I'm delighted that it's halftime and it is 1-0 ourselves. But they've been dangerous, I feel. Canals, Reese, Delaney, Rekic, Newman, Reese, Diaz on the break. Here we go. This is where the system's really good. Now, unfortunately, we don't have Mose Keane as a complete forward, so he's not going to try and get in behind, but he is going front stick now. DOPDA looks for Keane. We absolutely screwed that with poor movement. And Coruña on the break. Wow. Mose Keane, he's complete forward on support. Doesn't mean that you just stand there when we have the break. And Nesri's there, it's a penalty. He looked offside though, Nesri, to be fair, in the build-up. And from having a free against 2 down one end, it's a penalty for a 1-1 down the other. Can Rui Silva save a Compass's penalty? Nope. Goes the wrong way. 1-1 against, not the run of play, but in that highlight, the run of it. Any decent run by Mose Keane, that's a goal. And that's the issue. Having a person that isn't a natural complete forward on support hurts the system there. Move it to advanced forward. It's been my fault. I've been too lazy to change that tactic, so I'd wear this one. And to be fair, they deserve the goal. So Barley looking dead. I'm going to bring him off here for Rubial. Midfield not having a particularly good game either. Going to leave it as it is. William Jose warm up because he can play complete forward pretty well and has played with Borja before. But we're going to give Mose Keane a role that he actually prefers here. See if it makes a difference. DOPDA finds Mose, he's a bit higher now. A big switch is fine. Now, Altor Rubial loves getting down the line, and he does here. Ball in, Borja sweeps home. Flag stays down. That should be 2-0. 2-1, sorry. And there we go. Does the Irish jig, of all things, to celebrate. And we do lead 2-1. Big switch by Mose Keane. And a great run from Altor, who is a great complete wing-back. And that's a great finish. Could have been very close to offside, to be fair. They've been the better side. More XG. This is inflated by the penalty, though. That is not good. That is not good at all. All right, we're going to move these two around, and William Jose is going to go on a complete forward on support role. Let's hope that's not long-term. Potential foot injury. Set for Donny as well, who's a bit more tired. Borja hurt. On a brace, and he gets injured. Mose Keane moves into the pressing forward role, which is what he prefers. Time is ticking away here. Are we about to get home? 6 minutes at a time. Roger's coming into there. And DOPDA Vinicius coming up from Miranda, who's going to go into a wing back on defend here, but not long to go. Corner. If this goes in, it's great. Luis Felipe. We're through to the next round of the Cup. Villarreal is who we're going to meet. We've been a little lucky here against Sevilla. We have not played well, but we've scored 3 goals. And that's a hallmark of a good side. You know, you don't play well. Sevilla, without a manager, have actually played superbly well. And we're 3-1 up. I'll say that. Like, we've had more of the ball, XGs, whatever, same amount of shots on target. Maybe being a bit harsh on the boys. Just feel like every highlight they were going to score. But, yeah, look, better pass completion, with better possession. Actually going to take it back. I feel like we've had the better of the game here. Let's hope Borja's not out long term, because our season depends on him. I'm very pleased. Borja is out for a twisted ankle. That's not too bad. Probably out for a couple of weeks. 3 to 4 weeks. That's fine. If we had better physios, that would be okay. But we get Villarreal on the 8th of February in 3 days' time. If I knew that, I would have not given him the injection. I thought we just had the cup game. Wow. And does that mean we don't have Arsene as well? Oh, boy. Okay. Next game, 3 days' time, quarterfinal against Villarreal. And we have injuries up front. It's not a good position to be in, but we have a quarterfinal shot against Villarreal. Let's see what we can do. Apparently, the semi-final draw is now, a day before we actually play in the cup, which is fine. We're just going to go live into this. Look, let's... if I don't see how we don't get one of them. We want Atletico, is what I'm going to try and say. We would get Barcelona or Las Palmas. Unless Las Palmas do us a favour, we're going to be playing Barcelona in a semi-final here without our big boys. That could be quite interesting. Send the assistant because we're live in the episode here as well. The league doesn't really matter. Is that saying the semi-final was 3 days later? What is that? Spain's weird. They play quarterfinal, fourth round, quarterfinal, semi-final, all within 4 days of each other. What a time to have injuries. Arsene and Borja, even if I win this, will not be available for Barcelona, which if we do win this game, that's the next episode is there. Against Barcelona in the semi. That is dumb. That is really dumb. If I knew this, I would have just given injection because it's so important. I've given Autor back in. He wasn't 100% fit to start last game out. Apart from that, Mose goes to pressing forward. William Jose comes in on the other side. The rest of the team stays as it is. Could maybe get Ars at the start because he's a bit more defensively solid. But I'm going to leave Canels and Donny van der Beek because they are as well. So let's see how we go here. Away from home. We need Las Palmas to somehow beat Barcelona, which I don't think is going to happen. And away we go. Let's see how Villarreal are going to line up here. They're a good side, by the way. They currently sit 9th in the league. They've got Nino up top, Danjuma, Samuel, Coquelin, Pijero, Pau Torres at the back. It's a very good side. Anyhow, at home, away from home, sorry. Villarreal, big game here in the cup. Would be nice. It would be nice. Now, Canels with numbers in the box here. William Jose doesn't win. Nino heads to no one in particular. And it's a very good shape from us losing the ball there. We've got like 5 guys sitting there to make sure we don't get counted, which is fine. Now, William Jose is very good in the complete forward role. Mose King's very good in the pressing forward role. So, we're going to lose the ball and apparently get hit on the breaker. Right. That is fun. We should be okay, at least with creativity up front. Somehow Gabby clears that. Falls to Coquelin, who can hit one and does, and it wasn't far away. 0-0. Set piece now for Parejo, who's on a booking, early booking too. Maybe, you never know. Good save, Rui Silva. For half a second before he tapped it into the goal, but it's on the top of the roof for the net. Still 0-0 after a great save from Rui Silva, who's been decent this year. Samuel. Headed away. Pau Torres. Apparently that's the highlight. I'm happy with that. We're dominating the ball, but they're dominating the chances. I'd rather be dominating the chances than the ball. Pedraza. Danjuma. Pedraza. Pau Torres now. Big switch. To Reyerson. Gabbia wins. Donny can turn. Canals. William. Got Jose between the lines. Ignored him. We played Donny van der Beek, which is fine. Bit too negative here in terms of a couple of those passes should have went into the striker's feet who could have bounced out. Now they've got shape, but if we can find the right ball, we're okay. They've actually squeezed us so well here, Villarreal. They're sitting so narrow. Canals, Donny. Mose King's feet was on. Instead we look for Autor. What a ball. William Jose that deserved a goal. Rubial, what a ball as a complete wing back. Should have been into Mose King's feet twice. That's what we get. What's what we had with Fekir. And when Arsene plays, we get it too. We have that complete forward drop in and get on the ball to help break down the opposition's line, that middle line. But didn't happen there at all from us. But we did find a nice defence splitting ball at least with a complete wing back. Pedraza now. Danjuma. Tempted to maybe make our wing back stay at home. I know we just created through that, but you can see that they're trying to get 2v1 overloads. Should be fine. We are dominating the ball, though. If I take away our width, I don't think we break them down from the middle, but at the same time, I think their chances are going to come from getting in behind our wing-backs. Half-time, I'm happy with the possession, not happy with the chances created. Nothing much really happening out here. Going to make a slight change. Cannells is on a booking. He's not had a good game. Donny's going to go to the other side. I'm going to get Arset in here. And that's just going to allow Donny to maybe free up a touch. Highlight straight away. But for them, if Parejo, Diaz tried to win it and it falls back to him. Good from William Jose. Donny van der Beek in the advanced playmaker role looking to create. William Jose's in front of him. Never played a ball. Weird game where nothing's sticking for us. Alvarez, Coquelin, Danjuma, Pedraza. Rabial goes and presses him. Sanuka, Danjuma. Very good body from Gabbia. And then he does that. What is going on out here? Can we demand a bit more, please, boys? No urgency out there at all in our movement. They are killing us in terms of chances created. Reyerson froze. Samuel. Reyerson. That ball there, I'm actually the one that I'm worried about. I might switch us 4-2-3-1. I might switch us into the 4-2-3-1. Arset. Donny can turn. Vinicius. Poor again. Good tracking, at least, from Vinicius. Deflected ball in. Spilled by Rui Silva. This match engine highlights have been weird. And this is about to make a change. Free kick highlight. That's a goal. Should have been a goal. All right, I've seen enough. For whatever reason, by the way, I've only got the 4-2-3-1 loaded. I'm going to move into it. Donny's actually going to go into the middle of the park. I'm going to do that. Move that into... We'll leave it as it is. Move that on the support as well. With Donny in the hole. With Diaz on the other side. Maybe inverted winger as well in support. Help create. Jose as the advanced forward up top. I think that's what we're going to do. Vinicius is dead. Miranda's going to come in on the other side. I'm going to go to that. 4-2-3-1. Wing-backs can stay home a bit more. And go a bit wider here against Villarreal. Diaz gets injured. That is not good. We're copying injuries left, right, and centre. Rodri's going to go out on the other side now. Bit more of a winger because he's left-footed. But he's got a decent right foot. We might go inside forward, inside forward. Donny's dead, but he's having a good game. Might get the other wing back there and Saliba in. I'm going to get him on support as well. I don't want him to overcommit. Same with Miranda. From what I've seen, I'm worried about them getting in behind us with Danjuma and co. Samuel's speed. Is there going to be a moment late doors for someone? 10 minutes left on the clock. Danjuma. Iker Alvarez. Parejo. Morales. Picked off by Mose Keane. Here we go. Numbers here. Falls to William Carvalho. He's going to hit one. Why would you hit it? Guess he's hit him from out there before. Don't like that. Don't like that Diaz is injured here either. It means our three best players are going to be all out for the semi-final against Barca if we make it. 4 minutes of added time. Is there going to be a moment? Extra time. Here we go. Egger's going to come in. William Carvalho is dead. Now, can Carvalho take a penalty, actually? 9. Don't know if Edgar can take a penalty. 7. Trying to think of penalties here. I think I've lost all my big penalty takers. Think that's fine. Rui Abiol, not much of a penalty take. I don't think we can make that change here as well. Don't know if I would take off Donny van der Beek here, to be fair, either. Gabia's got 8 pens. But I really take off Luis Felipe, our best defender. He is dead. I'm tempted to move Edgar back to defence, move Ronnie van der Beek, and let the 16-year-old in here. 17-year-old then Rapoli in the hole to try and create. But we are going to go 4-2-3-1 here to nullify their movement out wide. We've dominated the ball. I'm going to do it. 15 minutes. Edgar either there. Donny van der Beek into there. Move these two around. I will allow Donny, though, to go Segundo Volante on attack and try and get on. Ball winning midfield on support to help win the ball back, though. And in you go, Rapoli. Create me something, son. Advanced playmaker on attack because he's good at driving with the ball. We make that change with penalties in mind as well. Now, Luis Felipe could stay out there to help keep a clean sheet, which is fair, but we need the, but I think just the pace at the back just in case. That went in, that would have been a great goal, but Rui Silva claims easily enough. Is there going to be a moment? Miranda's going to have time here. Finds Arset. Rapoli, the youngster, dropped in. Rodri out there now. Rapoli, the youngster. Arset. Looks for William. Hits it into the bar. Well, that close, but it was offside. Can I just say the ball to Donny van der Beek was on there too. Another highlight here. Okay, Alvarez goes long. Can we win? We do with Gabia. William finds Sabali. Ball to Rodri. Rapoli gets up, doesn't win it. Can we win it on the press? We don't. Very well done by Villarreal because that ball was in the air and contested for a long while. Edgar comes across with the fresh legs, which is perfect. Rui Silva, this ball's on. Instead he went the other way, which is fine. Donny wants it. Donny ignored. Mose Keane in the channel. Wins that one. There's numbers queuing for him. Cuts it to Sabali. Goes all the way back there to Gabia. Out the other side. We don't. Sabali again. Gabia. Looks for Mose Keane. Cuts it. William Jose was offside again. Oh. So close. We're playing well. Is there going to be one last chance for us here late doors? 119 minutes. Highlight here with a minute left to go. Sabali. Mose Keane in the area. William Jose, it's blocked on the 6-yard box. We're going to need a penalty shootout in a game where we have... Look, the 4-2-3-1 switch has worked well. But we're going to need a penalty shootout barring something happening from this moment. So Barley goes for it. Look for Rapoli. Doesn't find him. It was a poor ball. Ivan Martin maybe on the re-break if he wants to go. And he does. So Barley tackles it out of play. That's probably all she wrote here, referee. We're going to the lottery of a penalty shootout. Alberto Moreno. Ivan Martin. Alberto Moreno. What a touch, mate. Off to the shootout we go. Now, I'm a big fan of having your best penalty takers take the fourth kick. I am going to go with one Miranda to start, with Mose Keane, with Rodri, with William Jose, and Donny van der Beek to win it if needed. Sabali after that, Gabia, Edgar, Arset, and then Rapoli and Rui Silva. That is your list. Team talk. So courage in your convictions leave no room for regret. I like it. A shootout to decide it. To make the semi-final and probably play Barcelona, Miranda steps up. First penalty, bottom bins. Their keeper stayed central. Who is their keeper? Ike Alvarez, of course. All right, come on, Rui Silva. Parejo, one of their star players, steps up here to make it 1-1 with the Panenka. Nice. 1-1. Mose Keane now, new signing from Juve. Can he step up? Oh, bottom bins, great penalty. Keeper went the right way, still went in. Ivan Martin now. Come on, Rui. You can do it, son. Ivan Martin. Oh, gets fingers to it. Goes into the roof of the net. After two penalties each. I hate that the score doesn't come up somewhere. Rodri now, though. Steps up, bottom bin. Again, their keeper's gone the right way now, Alvarez. But it's 3-2. Molanez steps up. Rui Silva now. Big one to save. With William Jose taking the next one. Bottom bin sends the keeper the wrong way. William Jose is the best penalty taker probably out there. 16 penalty taking. This is his forte. Sends the keeper the wrong way. 4-3. Alex Benner. Rui Silva. Do it, son. Alex Boehner. Great penalty. 4-all. Pan van der Beek score to give us a match point. Donny steps up. Tips the keeper. The freaking composure. And the Bulls are allowed to go with a Panenka for the 5th penalty. It now comes down to this, as we move basically into sudden death. If Alberto Moreno... Oh, we should save this. It's Alberto Moreno. I'm a Liverpool fan. I love it. I love him, but this should be a save. If Alberto Moreno misses, we are through to play Barcelona. Oh, he went the right way. But it's 5-all. Out of all the penalties, I thought that was the one. 5-all now. Sabali steps up. Bottom bin. Very nice. Yet again, we're one save away. Can Rui save? Upstairs, Omaragic. Rui Silva. Omaragic. Please, Rui. He places it over the bar. The pressure was too much. And we're playing Barcelona in the semi-final. More than likely Barcelona, put it that way. In the semi-final of the Cup. Oh my word. A penalty shootout needed after a day where it was 64% possession for us and we had 1.73 XG after 19 shots. A penalty shootout and a 0-0 draw is what was needed. I do think that switching to the 4-2-3-1 definitely helped. They definitely look like a side that were going to get us out wide with Dan Juma and co. They went down to 10 men apparently in the last 5 minutes as well. That is massive. Diaz is now injured. I'm very happy with the result. That is superb. Hopefully Diaz's injury is not bad. Pulled calf muscle. Might be able to give him an injection. Wow, Barca beat Las Palmas in a shootout. Las Palmas nearly knocked out Barca. They led 1-0. Oh, man. We do get Barcelona in a few days. 4 weeks. I have to give him an injection because we got Barcelona next in 4 days. Semi-final. Now, is that 2-legged? It's 2 legs against Barcelona. I should have probably left it. With the second leg, everyone should be back. That is your next episode, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. Barcelona, 2 legs. They just beat Las Palmas in a shootout. Next episode, semi-final of the Spanish Cup. And who knows, just maybe we dare to dream of them in the Spanish Cup in our first season here at Real Hippos or Betis. What an episode. I'll see you guys next time. Thank you and goodbye.